Daniel McCutcheon, a ground ball to third, breaking for the plate, the throw, and they got him. No, he called him safe. He called him safe. Unbelievable. Jerry Meals called him safe. The throw beat him by a...
Yes, that's right, everybody. Jerry Mills called him safe. Welcome to 3SN. I'm Alex DeLaverson, and with me is James No Doubt Dotson. Today we are going to be talking about the Jerry Mills incident. James, how are you doing?
I'm doing alright, Alex. How about you?
I'm doing good, James. Alright, first glance at the play. What is your reaction?
Well, first glance is you got the pitcher at bat in the 19th inning, the last pitcher, so the Braves have to hit him. You see the play coming to the plate, and the throw's a little bit inside, but the catcher's in good position, and he makes the sweep tag. You slow it down, and depending on which angle, it looks like he might touch him, it looks like he might not. But for whatever reason, the umpire calls him safe. And after 19 innings on such a close play with the tag happening so far out in front of the plate, it's very disappointing to see a game end in that regard.
Well, in my eyes, he was clearly out. I mean, I stood up and watched the whole game, all 19 innings. And from first glance, he was clearly out. I mean, yeah, you see some replay on it, then you're kind of like, still, he's probably out, but maybe...
Yeah.
But from where Jerry Mills was, his angle...
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not in the best angle. He's in the right position as an umpire. That's where he's supposed to be. But just the angle makes it very tough to see, especially in a sweep tag like that, what's going to happen. And to be able to say, did he actually touch him when a sweep tag goes through so quickly like that? But my instinct is looking at the reaction of both the catcher and the runner. The catcher immediately has his glove in the air, showing the umpire, and is about to turn to look to go to first base because the batter actually fell down. As for the base runner going home, he gets tagged, supposedly, and he kind of hops and just lands on the plate looking dejected. He hears the umpire say safe, and then quickly touches home plate again and raises his fist in the air. So to me, the reactions themselves are enough to tell me what actually happened there.
yeah, I mean, he wouldn't have acted that way if he knew he wasn't out or anything like that.
That's from experience, too. I mean, I played baseball all the years. You know when you're tagged, you know when you're not. And in a play like that, if you avoid the tag, you're coming up and you're screaming safe before the umpire has a chance to.
Yeah, exactly. And, even when I was looking at Mills, it looked like he was even starting to wind his arm up a little bit to, like, signal he was out.
Yeah, it does.
Then it's like, but I mean, come on, he was going to, the base runner was going to home. He slides, then stands up like you said, and then just slowly, after he signals he's safe, he was safe, stands on the plate, and then, starts celebrating. So, I mean, I don't know what Mills was thinking. Maybe he just wanted to go home. Maybe he was tired. But, I mean, I don't think it was that. I think he just somehow missed the call, even though I don't know how you miss a call like that.
Well, you get stuff like this very often in Major League Baseball. It's just disappointing after 19 innings. You have to have an ending like that.
And it wasn't even like it really happened close to the plate. It looked like he was a good 3 feet away from home plate too. It'd be maybe a little different if he was right there, but right. I mean, the throw beat him by 1,000 miles.
And disappointing of all of it is that Jerry Meals admits later that after looking at the replay, he missed the call. And that just brings us into the discussion again. Alex, should there be instant replay in baseball? What's your thoughts on that?
I think so. I mean, why not? I mean, people are afraid it's going to slow the game down. I mean, the game's already, how long does it go on for? A few hours each day? Each game?
An average game probably for a 9-inning game is close to 3 hours.
So what's the difference if it's a few more minutes?
Yeah, especially when it shouldn't take more than an extra minute to get it right. I mean, what they have for replay already is with the home run calls, but I think that's kind of flawed too because all 6-7 umpires, however many they have that night, go into the clubhouse, look at the replay for 5 minutes, come back around and decide.
Well, I think the issue, with like Sheelig and everyone is they're afraid they're going to want a replay for every play, and maybe you can limit it, maybe only use replay, maybe in the 9th inning or something like that. The last few innings.
I mean, run scoring plays only in the last inning, only when it's going to end the inning. I mean, anything like that. You cannot dispute balls and strikes. I know we have this K-zone technology, but that's never going to be replayed. I don't want that to be replayed. I think that's going above and beyond what we need to do.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so many things you can do in a baseball game in terms of technology, but I see no harm in replay. I see no reason why you can't use it, especially in key situations. I mean, you even told me yourself, look, if this was last year and the Pirates were 30 games below 500, and if it was only 11 innings, no one would care.
Yeah, no one would care. You get stuff like this all the time,
But
and literally all the time. Outside the Lines on ESPN did a report that on these bang plays in a week, 20% of those bang plays would be called incorrectly.
Well, but a call like this needs to be called correctly. I mean, the Pirates for the first time in 18 years are in the playoff race. At the time, they were in first place. That call after they lost the game, it would have been a double play.
It would have been a double play with the batter falling down, and yeah, you're right. They're only now. Even after the Braves series, they're still only a game out of first place there, but they're still 5 games behind the Braves in a wild card potential.
Yeah, I'm not saying they definitely would have won that game. Of course, the Pirates need to score runs.
Yeah.
But I mean, important games do happen. Like I said, the first time in 18 years. That's why it was important. So.
You never know. I mean, but here's why I think instant replays should be implemented more. We've seen proven success. The Little League World Series in 2010, last year, when they made it to Williamsport, they had instant replay capabilities. The system was set up much like college football's replay system, where they had like a panel in the booth, aka behind the dugout, looking at every play, whether something should be reviewed. And this is everything except balls and strikes. Any play, a foul ball, whether a runner left early, all the above. And they were able to do everything flawlessly. The coaches also were given 1 challenge per game and were allowed to not even challenge, but to say, hey, Blue, did you get a good look at that? Would you mind looking at that again just to make sure? Would you talk with your other guys?
I don't even think like this a challenge is necessary. I think they should just replay it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the
harm? What's the harm in getting a call correct? Now, I know everybody's saying right now, yes, it's just going to extend the game way too long.
I don't think it'll be that long.
No, they said that in the Little League World Series, there were a total, I believe, of 16 calls that were under review. 8 got overturned, 8 were upheld. Guess how long it took to do it, everyone? 50 seconds for the all 16. That's how long it takes, because if they're doing it right, the people in the booth are looking at it already. The umpire just has to go over and say, hey, was that right or wrong? No, the call was wrong. Just like that, and we're right back to playing again. And even including when you got coaches arguing for 2 minutes, coming and yelling at an umpire, instead of arguing for 2 minutes, just say, hey, I would like to challenge that. They go over. 30 seconds later, we determine that the call was right or wrong, and we're back to playing again. This could actually shorten the game rather than lengthen it.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Bottom line, even if it does extend the game, let's say even if it did make it too long, I still want to get the call right. So you still want to know.
It's worth it.
A 19-inning game, you want to see who comes out, who comes out victorious.
Exactly.
So fans deserved a better outcome than that game, especially Pirate fans.
You want something better. You don't want to see a 19th inning game end like this. You don't want to see Galarraga with the Tigers last year losing a perfect game when replay would have obviously overturned the call. And it's terrible for the players. It's terrible for the umpires. I mean, Jim Joyce and Jerry Mules have their names written down in infamy now.
Yeah, I mean, it might be better. Yeah, cut the umps some slack.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you cut them a break too. I mean,
they're only human too, and a lot of the umpires love to be able to help because they want to do the same thing. They want to get the calls right. They're not out to screw anybody.
I mean, God forbid if it's another incident like this. Mills' family's being harassed.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was upset with the call. I obviously don't think his family should be harassed. It is just a game. But I mean, the reality is people take this stuff more importantly. And God forbid if that was in the World Series.
It can always happen later on, and that's why they need to look to expand it to make sure that this doesn't happen in a more important situation. And fact of the matter is, we're lucky baseball has 162 games, because in the long run, this game doesn't mean as much as if a call had gone wrong in college football, in professional football, where you only got 12 or 16 games to work with.
All right, well, I think that wraps up our session for 360 Sports Network. We will be doing fantasy football podcasts, creating our own cheat sheets, our own rankings, and even trying to get a mock draft going. We'll be starting a pick'em challenge at the beginning of football season, giving out prizes.
Just keep in touch, keep heading to our website, and keep checking what we have to say, and make sure that you comment as well, because we want your input. So enjoy the rest of the summer, enjoy baseball season, and the end of the lockout.